Hello, my dear students. Here is lesson number 6 from our value education. Lesson number 6 is beat the exam stress. And this is the very correct time to learn about how to beat the exam stress, as in few days we are going to face our term 1 exam. Let's see what the lesson says. Now, everyone has to face exams. Whether in school or in college, we all have to take exams. This can be unit tests, half yearly exams, or final papers. There is no way to avoid exams. Yet, each one of us gets the jitters before every exam. Everyone becomes nervous before the exam. Won't it be wise to remain prepared for something which we anyhow have to face? If we are prepared for the event, we will not only feel more confident, less stressed, but also come out with flying colors. But to deal with this, that if you are well prepared with your portion, then it is really very easy for you to be more confident and less stress before the exam, and obviously you will come out with the flying colors, means your results will be awesome. Then why do we get stressed during exams? Why this is so obvious with everyone? All of us feel some level of stress before an exam, as there are things at stake. First of all, we have invested our time into it to prepare for it, but the end result is the overriding principle in our mind. Did we do enough? Will we get good scores? Are things that trigger this stress in us. Being a little tense and stressed before an exam is a very natural phenomenon. It happens with each and every human being, though it's a very scholar child, scholar student, or an average student. Everyone feels nervous and experiences those butterflies in the stomach. People of a cool temperament are less likely to be tensed before and during exams. To some extent, it may be good to be a little nervous because it probably helps you to perform to the best of your capabilities. But too much of worry, anxiety, and panic can be harmful and leads to poor performance. Sometimes as a human being, it's natural, it's okay, because due to our results, sometimes we do best of our capabilities. Then how can we minimize our stress level? How can you reduce it? A certain amount of stress is bound to occur. This happens due to our very nature of anticipation, which generates anxiety. Questions like, will I be able to do well? This is the first question that everyone goes through. How tough or long will the paper be? Means how tough it will be, or what would be the result of this exam, are questions which generate tensions. If this goes out of control, it leads to panic and our performance goes down, because instead of answering the questions, we keep on thinking all these questions in our mind during the exams, and actually these questions, it reduces your performance during the exam. What should we do to reduce the stress and tension? The best thing is to be as prepared as possible for the exam. So the best solution for this is always you should be well prepared for your exams, means you should learn each and everything is being taught to you. A well prepared person is always confident, because that gives you confidence and is less likely to get unduly worried for the impending event. So now actions to be taken before the exam. Now before exam, you should follow few things. They are regular studies throughout the semester or the year. If you devote a fixed amount of time every day for your studies on a regular basis, you will realize that you are not so panic stricken before the final exam. Means if you have a habit of doing studies on a regular basis, then it is not at all hard for you to revise your portion. Make sure you make your notes, revise what is done in the class, and do the homework and assignments very seriously. Devote sufficient time to each subject, means you should allot proper time for your every subject. Many of us study subjects which we like the most and neglect the others. This is child psychology, that they like to revise, or they like to study the subjects what they like more, and they neglect the other subjects. But this should not be done, because it's very necessary for you to study each and every subject with the same likings. This is not a wise idea, and obviously as exams come closer, you start worrying about those subjects which you have so far neglected. Because when your exams comes closer, that time you get tension for the other subjects which you have not learned from a long time, because you neglected it, and you feel easy subject as you like the other ones. So this should not be done. So every subject should be given the equal likings, and study of it regularly is very important before your exams. Now some thumb rules. Now there are few rules. Revise every day, means whatever you learn in school, you revise it every day basis. Just a little effort every day trying to go through your notes, and what has been covered in the class is very useful. If you cannot revise every day, then do it at least once a week. If you spend lots of time in your coming and going, at least you make a habit that whatever is being taught in the school, you should revise it completely thoroughly in once in a week at least, if it is not possible on a regular basis every day. The next is take good notes. Now be attentive in the class. This is most important, that in class you can learn 70 to 80% of your portion and take out good notes. Whatever you feel important, you can mark it out, or you can make your own good notes. Be regular in your studies. Attending classes regularly helps you keep the pace. If you listen to your teachers carefully during explanations, then it will help you to attend it properly. Clarify doubts and difficulties, though after this could be done on a weekly basis. Once you revise the portion, if you have any problem or difficulties in understanding any portion of the subject, you must have them clarified. Then you can get those points clarified from the teachers, and you can ask about your difficulties. Be well organized before the exams. Make a proper timetable, giving enough time for revision for each subject. Manage your time well between studies and other activities, means you have to make a proper timetable of your day. You won't panic if you are prepared and organized. And if you make this timetable followed for your exam, then before and during exam you will not feel panic. The next is rest and relaxation. With all this, your rest and your relaxation is also very important. Just before the exam, you must get sufficient sleep. It's not that day and night you have to sit and study, but you should get proper sufficient sleep also. Don't cram the whole night, means just don't sit with the books for the whole night. Many times this makes you feel exhausted and tired, and your performance goes down. When you do this, then it brings exhaustness in yourself, and due to this your performance goes down. You may have a bath with hot water, listen to some music, and go for a short walk with a friend, so that your mind is diverted from the books for refreshment time. This is a great way of de-stressing, means this helps you to de-stress your mind. It is also good to find out your exam center, its location, and the time it takes to reach in advance, so that the next day you don't have to be in a hurry. The next is tips for preparation, what you can follow to prepare yourself. Prepare your ammunition, means your stationery material like pens, pencils, sharpener, erasers, etc., so that you don't panic at the last moment. Means keep in advance, ready before the exam only, so that day you should not get panic because of this. Put yourself in a positive frame of mind and try avoiding negative thoughts. That day you have to keep your mind in a positive way. Be optimistic, be hopeful that everything will go very well. Don't try to revise at the last moment before the exam. Just 5 minutes before you start answering the exam, don't try to revise the portion. This tends to confuse a person. There are chances for you to make your mind confused. At times you may feel that your mind is blank just before getting into the class. This is a good sign and it means you are well prepared. In fact, it is a good idea to keep your mind blank as you enter the classroom. This way you can start your paper with an open mind. Just don't stress your mind too much before entering the classroom. Okay, keep it very positive way. Now, strategies to tackle exams. Now there are few tricks you can say to tackle the exams, means to be very positive during the exam. Assessment of workload. Some questions that you have to ask yourself. Okay, self evaluation you can do on how many subjects will I be tested, how many chapters for each subject do I have to revise, do I have notes for all the topics. If you ask these questions, you can reduce the workload for your mind before the exam. Then managing the time. What is the exam schedule? Means you have to go through the timetable. Do I have gaps between papers? Means is there any holidays between the two papers, or are they continuous? Are the continuous papers do we have? This will give you an idea of the time you need to prepare each subject. Once the number of subjects and the timetable of exam is available, you can assess the time required per subject. Means you can decide in how much time you can complete the portion of the subject. You must allocate some specific hours to each subject. You should give proper time to each and every subject. On a paper, chart the overall plan covering the bigger or major topics for revision first and then the minor topics. Clarify and cross-check this plan with other friends also. You may get some more ideas to fine tune your plan. You can take help of your friends also, they can give you more easier way. Now begin preparations, means you have to start learning. Plan to study subjects alternatively to make it less boring. Means you study each and every subject alternatively, that will reduce your boringness. For example, if geography and maths are to be studied over a week, then study each subject for half day rather than studying math for 3 days and then geography for next 3 days. This will give you boredom. So it's better you do half a day geography subject and half a day a math subject instead of studying completely 3 days for maths. Don't neglect the subjects you don't like. If you do not like any particular subject, just don't neglect it. Very often we spend all the time regarding our favorite subjects and neglect the others. This is not a wise way to handle exams. Third, make sure you get 8 hours of sleep every day. Means you have to prepare your plan in such a way that you will get a proper 8 hours sleep. If you like company, then try to go for group studies. If it is comfortable with you, you can make a group of friends and you can do the combined studies also. This makes it livelier, less boring, and reduces stress also. Advantage of group study. Now what is the advantage of this? Patwa Toli is a small village of weavers. Most of the people out there were illiterate and poor. There were no facilities and no civics amenities like electricity and water for the villagers. Yet from this village, more than 40 students went to the IITs. Apart from these lack of amenities also, but 40 children from this village has been selected for the IITs. You can imagine the dedication towards the education from these students. These children who were successful were very regular in studies. Those who became successful and got selected for IITs, they were very regular in their studies and were also disciplined and dedicated. Another reason for their success was their combined or group studies. This was the great reason behind their success, that they were doing group studies. They used to take one house as a place for preparation, where they organized lanterns to study at night. They used to select a house where they can go and prepare for their studies, and before that they arrange for the lanterns so that they can study at night time also. Almost 10 to 15 students used to stay in that house for months together to prepare before the exams. Since they were not very proficient in English, means they were not so good in English, they translated the questions into Hindi. But still they translated all the questions in Hindi, answered, means uh, took out the answers and then retranslated them back into English. After getting those answers in Hindi language, after that they used to retranslate it in English. They had determination and fought together as a group and achieved very good results. And this was the result for their hard work that they had taken, and they had become successful in their life. Now some tips which can be helpful. Discipline and dedications are the keys. If you are a student, you always keep in mind that the discipline and dedication towards your education is the key to your success. Next, organize your notes and materials well in advance. Means don't wait for the last moment. You always keep these things ready so that you have some study material with you to learn it properly. Be regular if you want to do well. If you really want to be successful in your study career, then you have to be a regular you have to do regular studies. Solve the previous year's papers. As you are growing up, you try to solve the past years, the previous 2 to 4 years question papers in advance. Be self motivated and keep yourself motivating. Plan and prioritize your revision, means keep on revising the sections you learn. Don't procrastinate. Do not keep activities pending. Learn to act on time, means don't waste any of the time. Be on time. If you revise what is covered in the class on a daily basis, it does not take much time, as it is fresh in your mind. If you're doing it on a regular basis, then you don't have to undergo the pressure. Then identify productive and non-productive hours. Over a period of time, you will be able to identify the hours of the day when your mind is absolutely productive, means it's in a complete sense, or fresh, and the hours when you are not so productive. You have to realize this. Some people are most productive early in the morning. You must have seen some children, some students, they study early in the morning, and as the day wanes, their energy levels also gets sapped. Once you identify your hours, means when you will realize out of 24 hours which is the appropriate time for you to study, that study the subjects you consider difficult in those productive hours and the easy subjects in not so productive hours. Then you can use your productive time, the comfortable time from a day, to revise the difficult subjects of your classes. And other things you can do it in the other time also. Tips to remember things. One of our major problems is the difficulty of remembering what we study. This is the most important thing. Everybody feels that it is difficult to remember whatever we are studying. Some of us do have better memory retention than others, but there are a few simple things that can enhance our memory or the capacity to remember things. First is be attentive in class. This way all the facts really sink into our mind. Second, be an active participation in the class so that you understand the subject well. Once you understand, it is easy to recall. Correlate information instead of cramming. Try to relate the facts to your prior information or knowledge, what you learned earlier in other classes. This is in fact true learning. Next, draw parallels or analogies between new information and the old information. Next, try to remember the main points. Collate information in the form that is easy to remember. Then, make short quotes for long answers like acronyms. For example, VIBGYOR is an acronym for the colors in a rainbow, like it is in a sequence: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So it's a tip that you can keep in mind as a VIBGYOR. Then acrostics, a method of making interesting sentences where the first letter of every word gives you a clue for a word. Then chunking, a way to remember a long number. For example, to remember 1225 888 then you can make 1225 as a Christmas day, 8888 as 4 fat men, 16 my house number. On Christmas day 4 fat men came home. So like this, some tricks you can use. Make jingles or rhymes of important portions. Explain the concepts to other classmates and friends also. This is a very effective method to understand and remember things. Now, ways to manage anxieties. There are: chant a mantra. Chanting words like relax or calm down repeatedly as we breathe helps to diffuse anxiety from us. Concentrating on your breathing. While you lie down with your eyes closed, start concentrating on your breathing as you inhale or exhale. Keep concentrating on the nostrils as you feel the breathing coming out and flowing in. The moment you get distracted, bring your mind back to breathing. This is a very effective method practiced by many meditation techniques. It helps in relaxing as well as gets you a fresh sleeping cycle also. Thought stopping techniques. A panic starts when a chain of negative thoughts like I will fail or I will not be able to do well starts building up in your mind. If you feel that a storm of negative thoughts is building up, you could do some mental shouting by saying in your mind, stop now. This helps in stopping negative thoughts. Deep breathing. Inhale deeply and then exhale. Do this 15 to 20 times and you will be able to become relaxed. Then long walks and short breaks. Don't study continuously for a very long time. Remember, after some time, nothing may go into your head. So plan for short breaks. During these breaks, you could go for a walk or listen to some music. Going for a long walk or a jog can also help bring good blood circulation as well as have a calming effect. If you will sit for a longer time for studies, that will also not help you. You should have breaks in between, and in that between you can listen to music or you can go for jogging, you can go for a walk just to relax your mind and to circulate the blood in your mind. Self talk, also known as autotherapy. Self-talk helps in building a positive frame of mind. Keep saying to yourself, I can do well or everything will be fine, as a way of preventing negative thoughts creeping into your mind. You have to self-motivate yourself. Then you can say prayer. Before you sleep, don't forget to pray to God and thank Him for whatever He has given you. Pray to God that all your efforts should bring fruitful results after that. Leave the rest to God. This thought is very comforting and will help building confidence. If you will thank God for the knowledge that He has provided you, then everything goes well. Now, apart from this, there are some other tips like proper diet. Due to stress and anxiety, many people lose their appetite. Food is an important ingredient for healthy living. Therefore, you must make the effort to eat 3 meals a day even if you are not feeling hungry. A better way is to have some snacks at short intervals so that your stomach is never empty. Sleep well. At least 7 to 8 hours of sleep is essential. A stressed and tired mind can never absorb well. Therefore, make sure you sleep well during the preparatory phase also. Be prepared for the unexpected. While you make your schedule, keep some cushion or backup for unforeseen things like sickness, some urgent family commitment, etc. These things do happen, and factoring those in while planning helps to avoid panic and anxiety also. Means keep yourself prepared for each and every situation in advance so that none of the things will distract you or make you panic during the exam. So these are the things that we can do to beat the stress of exam before and during the exams also. I hope this lesson is going to really help you to face your coming exams. So don't be afraid, don't be too much stressed, children. Just prepare yourself as you have lots of time with you. Do it now, and then you will feel the satisfaction and the good results, good performance from your studies, because none of your time is going to go waste. If you will do studies sincerely on a regular basis, obviously you will be free from the tensions, anxiety and panic during the exams, and obviously each one of you is really going to do well in your performance. So all the best for your exams, and I hope you like the this topic, and it's really going to help you for the coming days. Thank you.